Only stupid people buy EVs. That's the comment. And honestly, that's exactly the kind of comment that sounds strong for about 2 seconds until you actually look at the numbers. Because here's the truth, EVs are not right for everyone. If you tow long distances, live somewhere with poor charging access, do a lot of road trips through rural areas, or you can't charge at home, then yes, an EV may not be the smartest choice for you. But saying only stupid people buy EVs? What channel is this? Scotty Kilmer's? No. And it's not an argument. It's just a bumper sticker with bad spelling. The smarter question is this: when does an EV make financial and practical sense? And the answer is, for a lot more people than some folks want to admit. Let's start with the sales, the facts. If EVs were only for stupid people, then apparently there are millions of stupid people around the world making the same decision. Globally, electric car sales grew around 20% in 2025 and passed 20 million vehicles. That means roughly 1 out of every 4 new cars sold worldwide was electric. That is not some tiny fringe movement. This is a major shift in the global automotive market. Now in the US, the story is more complicated. EV sales slowed after the federal tax credit change, and yes, that affected demand. But even with that, 2025 was still the second best year ever for EV sales in America. EVs made up about 7.8% of the US new vehicle market. And in the third quarter of last year, they briefly climbed to 10.5% of new vehicle sales. So no, EVs are not taking over every driveway, but they're also not some failed experiment. They are a serious part of the market, like it or not. Now let's talk about ownership. One of the biggest advantages of an EV, fuel cost. The Department of Energy says electricity is generally cheaper than gasoline or diesel on an energy equivalent basis, and EV drivers can save as much as $14,500 in fuel costs alone over 15 years. That doesn't mean that every EV owner saves exactly that much. Your savings depend on your local electricity rates, gas prices, how much you drive, and whether you charge at home. But if you daily drive, charge overnight, and avoid gas stations most of the time, the math can get very attractive. Then there's maintenance. A battery electric vehicle doesn't have engine oil, spark plugs, timing belts, fuel injectors, exhaust systems, or a traditional transmission in the same way a gas car does. According to the Department of Energy and Argonne National Laboratory, estimated scheduled maintenance for a light-duty battery electric vehicle is about 6.1 cents per mile. For a conventional gas vehicle, it's about 10.1 cents per mile. That's a real difference over time, and over years of ownership, fewer moving parts can mean fewer routine service items. So, no oil changes, less brake wear because of regenerative braking, fewer engine-related maintenance headaches. So let's talk about performance next. One of the reasons EV owners tend to like EVs is not political, it's not environmental, it's not because they joined some secret electric car club. It's because EVs are smooth, they're quiet, they're quick, they're easy to drive. Instant torque makes even normal EVs feel responsive around town. You don't wait for a transmission to downshift. You don't wait for the engine to build power. You press a pedal and it just goes. For commuting, errands, traffic, school pickup, daily driving, that's a very good experience. And that gets us to owner satisfaction. J.D. Power's 2026 EV ownership study found that satisfaction among current battery electric vehicle owners reached its highest level since the study began. There's a big difference between people yelling about EVs online and people actually living with them every day. Owners are saying, point blank, yes, I would do this again. That does not sound like regret, does it? Now, here's where I agree with the critics. Buying the wrong EV can absolutely be dumb or stupid. If you buy an EV without home charging, don't understand range loss in cold weather, overpay for a depreciating model, ignore battery health on a used EV, or assume that every public charger will work perfectly, you can make a bad decision. But that is not an EV problem. That's a buyer problem. Let's be honest. You can make a dumb purchase with a gas truck as well. You can overpay for a used luxury SUV. People do it every day. You can buy a diesel you don't need. You can buy a massive pickup just to commute 12 miles to work. The stupid part is not the fuel type. The stupid part is buying the wrong vehicle for your actual life. And that brings me to used EVs. My original video on this topic, where the comment was made, was about used EV prices collapsing. And some people see that as proof EVs are bad. I see it differently. If you bought new at the wrong time, yes, depreciation may have hurt. But if you're shopping used, falling EV prices can create opportunity. A used EV with a healthy battery, good range, remaining warranty, home charging capability, and the right price can be a very smart second car, a commuter car, or a daily driver, especially if someone else already took the big depreciation hit. So here's my response to the original comment. Only stupid people don't run the numbers. Smart buyers ask better questions like, can I charge at home? How far do I drive each day? What does electricity cost where I live? What would I spend on gas? How much warranty is left? What is the battery health? How fast is the vehicle depreciating? Does this EV actually fit my life? That's how smart people shop. EVs are not perfect. No vehicle really is. Gas cars aren't perfect. Hybrids aren't perfect. So no, only stupid people do not buy EVs. Some very smart people buy EVs. Some very smart people avoid them. The difference is whether they made the decision based on facts or based on a comment section. If you are in the market for a new or used car, truck, or SUV, or EV, hybrid, plug-in, whatever it may be, check out quotes.everymandriver.com first. It's a free search engine that helps you find the lowest prices in your zip code from a qualified dealership. That's quotes.everymandriver.com. If you don't find what you're looking for in your zip code, change those numbers around. The better deal might be one town over. Check it out. There's also a link below. Thanks for watching. Leave your comments below. We might feature it in a future video. Adios.
Quick preview, I've got the 2026 Volvo EX30 this week, and trust me, you do not want to buy the wrong trim on this one. There's a huge difference between what looks like a good deal and what actually is, so click subscribe. You'll find my full breakdown right here on the Everyman Driver YouTube channel coming soon, or maybe it's already online. One final note, if you are in the market for a new vehicle soon, great. Connect with your local dealership and price and test drive at least 3 different vehicles. A vehicle's strengths and weaknesses can only be discovered when you are behind the wheel. My reviews can be good, but you need to test drive these yourself. Visit quotes.everymandriver.com, select the make, model, and your zip code, and you'll get invoice pricing in your area on those vehicles. Shop smarter with price quotes at quotes.everymandriver.com.